Evening, everybody. It's Rick. It is November the 9th. It's 2018. It's a Friday night. Okay, and if anybody needs to reach me, I have the email in the description, but my email is rick, R-I-C-K, 0327 at me.com. Okay, please keep the emails brief. The emails are for people who are interested in getting my paperwork. Okay, it's done by a gift. It's not expensive. Okay, I'm not looking to hurt anybody. Okay, people who are paying or being extorted for child support will use extortion tonight. Don't tend to have money. Okay, so that's why I can never understand how these other channels out there are banging people out for a lot of money. Okay, but I'll leave it at that. Uh, my idea is, I'm not looking to get rich. I'm asking a very cheap price, but again, it's enough to keep me interested. Let's put it this way, okay? I have to be financially interested, okay, for me to do this because this is stressful, okay? Um, it's taking a toll on me, my health a little bit, okay? So I know financially got to be compensated, but again, it's not a lot of money, okay? And it gives you hope. Trust me, when you receive the paperwork, you have hope because my paperwork is very strong, and you get a lot. You're getting a lot of paperwork. Okay, again, I believe my paperwork puts you in the best chance to win. Okay, so that's what we're going to talk about tonight. Okay, I have a success story. Okay, a guy from Texas reached out to me tonight, Nico. Okay, and he filed the paperwork before going to court. Um, and when he got there, okay, well, listen, why don't we just have Nico tell us what happened, okay, instead of Rick, okay? All right, so this is a screenshot, right? Hold on here. Let's see what I can do here. Okay. One more. Okay. Alrighty now. Alrighty then. All right, so okay, he went in for the show cause. The state attorney didn't even want me to talk to the hearing officer judge. She zeroed. Okay, so they were claiming he owed almost $6,000 in arrears, and the hearing officer kept saying, "We do follow the law." To me, said it will be removed from my credit reflective next month. She didn't even want to see my proof that I didn't owe them nothing. Then she went up to the judge and this is the title for the agency saying we do follow the law. Okay, and I didn't know nothing. Then she went up to the judge and told him what she did, and he was all happy to let the case go. Guess he didn't want to have to produce his oath, bond, and delegation of authority. He must have did that on his own. Okay, you could do that. All right, if you want to go and ask the judges for the oath and all that stuff, go right ahead. Okay. All right. So so he sent me this, and it was. I was like, "What?" I'm like, "Do you mind telling me a little more?" So, all right. So I said, over here. Okay, so down here you can see, can I share the story? Block your personal information. Any little information you can share, like state and paperwork you filed. Okay. Most people, again, they don't want their personal information. So he's like, sure, take my name and personal information, but I filed with the clerk of the court the special appearance, objection, demand for dismissal, interrogatories, non-assumpsit, notice to the court demanding trial by jury, notice nature and cause, and writ of quo warranto. Okay. Then he sent to the child support agency demanding proof of an undertaking and validation of debt to the AG, because in the state of Texas, it's the Attorney General that runs the child support there. And he asked for an exemplar. So he hit him with everything, okay? Nico banged him out. He used every affidavit that he can use, for his situation, okay? And listen, these things are well written, and they ask for very, they ask for very specific things, okay? And what we're doing is we're proving that that there is no debt. And then here's the thing, okay? A debt is a contract. You cannot have a debt without two people agreeing upon something. It's really that simple. So how do I owe a child support agency, X amount of dollars? Well, I have to at one point in time agree to something, but see, they don't tell you that. They don't want us to know that. So what it is, it's like an invisible contract that we never signed. So what really happened is that they used welfare, and what they did was they use when women receive welfare and they have children. So when the women are applying for welfare, they'll ask, well, who's the father? Is the father supporting the child? No. And then, well, if you want the welfare, you're going to have to agree to sign over your support rights, which I don't think is legal, but they do whatever they want. And really what it is that they're alleging that the woman or man who has custody of the child or children is on welfare because of your non-payment, which is bullshit. Okay? It's bullshit, because they would get the welfare anyway. So while they're looking to collect support from you, right, they still collect the welfare. So they're double dipping. Okay? So it's nonsense. And there's case law out there, or We Hunt versus Ledbetter and Blessing versus Freestone, United States Supreme Court, that says child support does not go to the child or the family. It goes to the state for recoupment of welfare. Well, that tells me also somebody has to be receiving welfare. Okay? So we got them. So basically that's what my paperwork does. Okay? So all which they didn't respond to the expiration for the reply. He gave them a reply. So he said, listen, I want such and such paperwork, and I want it by this date. See, this is a guy who got it and put his everything into this. Okay, he got it. He did his own research, and he understood what I'm doing. Okay, listen, I can only provide so much instructions. At some point, you guys have got to grasp this. Okay, you have to understand what we're doing here. Okay, so he got it. All right, and you guys are looking at this video. Hey, you want to follow this script? Go right ahead. This is Texas, by the way. Texas is not easy. Texas is a rough state. Okay, so when we got to the hearing, they were very polite, and they took care of it, and it's gone. It's over, Johnny. They got rid of the $60,000 of alleged arrears. Okay, so success. All right. All right. Excellent job. Good job, Nico. Thank you. All right. Some people will be happy to see that. Okay. I know I'm happy to see it. All right. All right. So I showed you guys the other day that I'm working on notice to the court contesting expedited proceedings. So what you're going to do is, before you go to a child support hearing, or let's say you're about to go to one, you're going to send this in. Okay? Now, those of you out there, all right, I'm going to get bombarded, but it's only fair. Okay? Those of you this week that sent me money for the paperwork, reach out to me and I'll send this to you. Okay? What's fair is fair. All right? Again, I'm showing you guys I don't hit you over the head. I mean, if I really wanted to, I could say, hey, I can ask for more money for this too. but I'm not. So those of you that sent me the money this week, you can have this. All right, and those of you that are sitting back, okay, I don't know what you're waiting for. I'm telling you, you know me. You should know me by now on the channel. I'm not a bragger. I don't brag. I don't like bragging. Okay, and I could brag if I wanted to, because I have really good paperwork, and you are getting a phenomenal deal. Okay, I only deal with state courts. Okay, and I just showed you a guy that went to court. All right. And trust me, this is legit. Okay, this is a legit case. I don't do BS. Okay. All right. So what we're doing is we're contesting expedited hearing. Okay. And this is basically what you're going to do. Okay. It is the understanding by the respondent that for the court or tribunal to deny or dismiss this notice of contesting surrogate judge and expedited processes, the following facts must be disproven. Okay? It is the understanding by the respondent that he is innocent until proven guilty, right? That sounds fair, right? Is that right? Okay. So they got to disprove that. It is the understanding by the respondent. Oh, see, people misuse by and of, okay? It's by the respondent. All right, I didn't know this until I learned grammar. By the respondent that expedited processes 45 CFR 303-101 section C subsection 2 safeguards due process for both party participants. That's a fact. Okay. Now they could deny it all they want. They cannot. If they're receiving Title 4D money, the proceedings must be in accordance with 45 CFR 303.101 expedited processes. Okay. That's this right here, Chapter 6. I'll put this in the description, this link, okay, for you guys. And this is kick-ass stuff. This is their stuff. This is their script, okay? So we just throw their script in their face and have them deny it, okay? It is the understanding by the respondent that due process is the law of the land that requires for the deprivation of rights, life, liberty, or property requires impartial proceedings before an impartial adjudicator. Right? Is that a fact? That's a fact. Under the 14th Amendment, due process clause under the 14th Amendment, you have a right to impartial adjudicator. Okay? You cannot be deprived of rights, life, liberty, or property unless by due process. Okay? It is the understanding by the respondent that judge surrogates, right? I put a footnote there, and I put down here expedited processes, right? Judge surrogates make judicial decisions which they cannot, okay? Lawfully, they're not allowed to. So that's an oxymoron right there. I don't know how it's possible. Judge surrogates are referred to by various titles, including masters, referees, commissioners, magistrates, and hearing officers. Okay, what do you want, Fluff? Okay, and look what this says here. The decision making occurs within the traditional judicial system as an extension. So it says a traditional judicial system as an extension. So it's not part of the court. It's an extension. It's not part of the court. See how slick they are? So the judge surrogates examine evidence, right? Take testimony, right? Enter findings or make recommendations for case disposition. What does that mean? Okay, that means somebody else is making the disposition. That means somebody else is supposed to be making an order. Okay, in many jurisdictions, a judge, really all jurisdictions, okay, see how slick they are? A judge must approve the order because the Supreme Court in Burnham versus Superior Court says it's a violation of the 14th Amendment, okay, for a non-judicial person, quorum non-judice, to issue a judgment. Why? Because they lack personal jurisdiction over you. Okay, in order for a judge surrogate to have jurisdiction over you, you must waive your rights. Well, you're not waiving your rights because
Also, they're supposed to provide you with due process, right? Didn't they say that? So you must be before a judge, okay? All right. So I know we went over that. It is the understanding by the respondent that judgments or orders by surrogate judges are without legal force until approved by a judge, okay? Let them prove that. Disprove it, okay? It is the understanding by the respondent that surrogate judge is a non-judicial employee without, and I never finished it, judicial, but it's in here. What I did was I cut that from here because, again, I'm not going to give away the whole friggin' thing, all right? It'll be all over the internet. All right, so that's what we have. All right, so Nico, what he did was before he went to court, he bombarded them with all kinds of paperwork. All right, and look what happened. All right, the case was goodbye. All right, so that's good. And by the way, I've had many success stories. That's usually the script. They file the paperwork before going to court. All right. Also, they know the law. Obviously, Nico knew his stuff. It's always that common denominator. They file a paperwork before going to court, and they know the law. They're very confident. He was ready to go in there. And by the way, I barely communicated with Nico. He sent me a couple of emails. All right. So he did a lot of this on his own. So good job, pal. Good job. All right. So, and that's about it. I'm going to cut the video short at 16 minutes. All right. We have a success story. All right. And again, my email is rick0327 at me.com. Enjoy the rest of your Friday.